Sorry, Shulk. I forgot how ladders worked.
Well, that's a nice touch.
Their mouths. Ah, that facial expression, dude.
I wonder if it looks like the others, too.
Probably does. It would be very weird if it's like, okay, let's make a pained animation, but only for Fiora. Let's use it for the only character who's gonna be used the least. Wouldn't it be wise if we did it for Shulk? Fiora refused to move. Ah! Wouldn't it be wise to use that for Shulk since he's the character who people are gonna play as the most or be with the most? No, that's stupid. Let's use Fiora, the least used. You want to see Ricky hurt? You heartless human. As if Melia hasn't been through enough. As if, hang on, I need to record this. There we go. And it's raining with Melia too. As if it couldn't get any worse for the woman. Go on, put her through more pain. Put her through more pain. Ow. Sure, why not? Take her knees while you're at it. You heartless person. It is true. Melia and happiness. Not a good match. I'm a lughead. Ah, oh, man, what a pain. You are heartless, you are. And of course you saved the most manliest man who ever manned for last. While everyone else breaks their legs. Done, bad, done, bad. Ah! Ah! He doesn't even shut his eyes, he just goes, ah! Ah! What a pain, ah! What an inconvenience. Ah.
He just grits his teeth.
Ah. My God.
I'm ready to go now.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Oh, fine. I'm just gonna end. It's gonna end in the recording there.
I would want to make note of that though.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm probably gonna save a bit of this audio. Just give me a moment. Where are you going? Hey everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. In last episode, everyone came back together, and not just the 6 of us. We have all 7 party members present. The gang's back together with Fiora in tow, and Shulk is all too excited. He decided to jump. Good for you, Shulk. In this episode, though, we are going to be exploring the Fallen Arm and also talking to for the locals I get, which turned out to be the Machina. Turns out the Mechonis actually has people just like Bionis. But apart from that, dude, I gotta say, this portion of the game is awesome. Because as I mentioned briefly during the end of the last episode, everything's become parallel now. We've started from at the bottom, we've gone from the top, and so much so that things have started over again. But all with the same goal: taking out the Mechonis. And of course things are as you would expect, there are the shops here, side quests, and NPCs, and you just saw briefly there. There was a homes. There are people living here, just like a Fiora. But we're not getting into that right now. They do have art books to sell, should you want to, and if you want to learn how have side quests, be my guest. But I think we're gonna get right into it and talk to Lenada. Okay, fine, I guess. I guess she has the keys, apparently.
How are you?
You're back. Have you finished looking around the village? Then I'll answer your questions. Where should I start?
From the very beginning would be nice.
So, are you Mechon?
In one sense we are, and in another we are not. It is a fact that the weapons you call the Mechon were created by our civilization. However, we were born from the Mechonis. By your understanding, it would be correct to say that we are the same as Mechon.
A form of mechanical life born of the Mechonis. Is that correct?
From our perspective, you are forms of organic life born of the Bionis.
Life born of the Mechonis. So there is life here, just like on Bionis.
Explain to us why you invaded our world. What did we ever do to you?
I understand your feelings, but please, there is much yet to tell you.
Dunban, please hear her out.
But...
These Machina, they're good people.
Fiora?
You do not look fully functional.
Ever since she was given this body, she hasn't been feeling too good. But we honestly don't know what to do.
Do you mean to tell me you are not Machina? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I'm okay. Really.
Nonsense. I am a doctor. Do not worry. I specialize in people in your situation. Just as I thought, you were transformed into a face unit. You are experiencing a functional breakdown in multiple locations. I will take her to my laboratory. The Chief will answer your questions. He is waiting for you in Junks.
For us?
We will speak later.
Shulk, I'm...
Fiora.
Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on her.
Thanks.
And Ricky spin to say, "Hello, I'm here." So, interesting about that cutscene right there. For one thing, I appreciate Shulk's voice acting because it seemed like genuine concern was driven through there. But since this is the definitive edition, I'm gonna bring up one point. Lenada's model seems to be changed.
In what way?
Well, for one thing, and it's another complaint, but not quite as one that I would have for Callian. Lenada's face, or at least her mouth, seems to be covered up more. In the original, that mouth shield she has, it wasn't as prominent in the original.
I thought it was.
I can remember seeing her lips moving a lot more, I can remember. I might be wrong, but if possible, can we just have a comparison shot? So I couldn't really see much of the mouth movements there. But that could be just me.
So, are you Mechon?
In one sense we are, and in another we are not. It is a fact that the weapons you call the Mechon were created by our civilization. However, we were born from the Mechonis. By your understanding, it would be correct to say that we are the same as Mechon.
A form of mechanical life born of the Mechonis. Is that correct?
From our perspective, you are forms of organic life born of the Bionis.
Life born of the Mechonis. So there is life here, just like on Bionis.
Explain to us why you invaded our world. What did we ever do to you?
I understand your feelings, but please, there is much yet to tell you.
Dunban, please hear her out?
But
These Machina, they're good people.
Fiora?
You do not look fully functional.
Ever since she was given this body, she hasn't been feeling too good. But we honestly don't know what to do.
Do you mean to tell me you are not Machina? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I'm okay. Really.
Nonsense. I am a doctor. Do not worry. I specialize in people in your situation. Just as I thought. You were transformed into a face unit. You are experiencing a functional breakdown in multiple locations. I will take her to my laboratory. The Chief will answer your questions. He is waiting for you in Junks.
For us?
We will speak later.
Shulk, I'm...
Fiora.
Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on her.
Thanks.
There is a challenge area portal there, but we are not going to go there because Fiora's not with us. But anyway, let's talk to a Machina and get our first side quest. May I take a moment of your time? I have something to ask you. The village is in grave danger. Oh dear. The Mechon attack on us has almost daily basis. They have become highly active since Egil launched the invasion. There's been a dramatic rise in serious casualties sustained. As a result, our medicine supplies are almost entirely depleted. But the medicines and greens can only be collected outside. It would really help if someone could collect them for us. Thank you ever so much. It's a great deed you have agreed to do for our people. As Machina, apparently we need medicine. But of course, Ricky jumps for joy.
Yes? I understand how you feel, but don't worry. I'll take good care of her.
Yes?
She kept a hold of her own thoughts and personality, even in that body. She must be such a strong girl.
Well, yes.
How are you?
I need more time to observe her condition. Leave her with me. You can go and see the Chief.
Oh yeah, leave her with me because she's still there. We need to see the Chief first. Now, I do have a complaint because it was in the original as well, but do they have to fade out Fiora when talking to another NPC? I mean, she's right there. I don't see Shala vanishing. Fiora, I thought I'd never see you again. You're gonna get better, aren't you? Hang in there, Fiora. I'll be back soon. Be on a lookout for exclusive dialogue for things like that.
Huh. He's massive.
I get a kick out of seeing people's faces every time.
we were told that you were waiting for us.
That's right. I've been waiting a long time. Waiting for you to accept my request.
Request?
But first, let me ask. The sword the young man is holding. Is that the Monado?
It is.
And the destruction of the fortress on the sword. Was that your lot's doing?
Yes. Although unfortunately we were unable to stop Egil.
Egil?
Do you know him? He claims to be the leader of Mechonis.
This Egil that you fought is one of our people. He's my son.
Your son?
Actually, my request is about him as well.
Ah.
I want you to kill Egil.
Dearest Homs and Nopon representatives, my humble gratitude for accepting our invitation. I am Callian Antiqua, Regent of the High Entia.
We all know who you are. You High Entia have kept yourselves safe, remaining spectators to our destruction. Why call upon us now?
As stated in my invitation, it is our intention to form an allied force from the peoples of Bionis, with which we will confront Mechonis.
Look at you. One little scratch and you're already crying for help.
I cannot deny this. The attack did serve as the catalyst, but the fact remains that things have changed.
When we needed help at the Battle of Sword Valley, our cries were ignored. Give me one good reason why we should bother. Huh?
I understand your anger. Our selfishness was inexcusable. However, please hear what I have to say. Listen to why our stance has changed.
Stop talking if you like, but no promises we'll stick around till the end.
We High Entia were mistaken. We believed that if we were attacked by the Mechon, our power alone could repel them. But a brave group of young heroes showed us the error of our ways. When the Mechon descended upon Erith Sea, Shulk fought with a courage I have never seen. I was most surprised to see that this group was comprised of different races. Homs, Nopon, High Entia. Although different, they trusted one another as friends. As just one inhabitant of Bionis, I desired to... No, I felt compelled to become strong like them.
Their strength came from the Monado. Bravery only gets you so far in this world.
Then you will not join us?
Hold your horses, son. I said they didn't win with bravery alone, but they wouldn't have got far without it. All right. You can count on our help.
The Nopon will join too. The Hum-Hum and Bird people are friends of the Nopon. We will fight together.
Dixon, are you leaving?
Yeah. It's just I felt this sudden pain in the neck.
Is that your response?
Don't go jumping the gun there, Prince. I'll leave the colony's forces with old Atharon here. You can use them however you want. I've got somewhere I need to be.
Might I ask where?
A battle's more than just a head-on assault. The sooner you realize that, the better. I better go and remind Shulk and all.
So you know of their whereabouts?
I told you. I've got a pretty good idea.
Dixon!
Yeah?
If you should meet Shulk...
What?
I have something I want you to tell him.
You want us to kill your son? That is no small request.
There are hardly any of us Machina left on Mechonis. Back when the Bionis and the Mechonis were fighting, the Bionis almost completely wiped us out. I suppose the Bionis just didn't want us around. Lady Mayneth fought the Bionis for us. In the end, the two Titans wounded each other and entered a deep slumber.
Who was Lady Mayneth?
The creator of Mechonis. You could say that she is the Mechonis itself.
You talk like you saw all this. Ain't this all just an ancient myth?
I know I look young, but I'm actually quite old. I saw the whole thing with my own eyes.
You can't be serious.
The people of Mechonis must have a longer lifespan. Just like we High Entia live far longer than Homs.
I get that. But he can't have lived that long.
But why do you want your son dead? From what you've told us, I would have thought you'd want us to destroy the Bionis rather than kill your own son.
Egil was a brilliant young man. Clever, strong, and kind to the less able. But he never forgave the Bionis for what it did. And he swore to take revenge.
So he wants to do to us what the Bionis did to the Machina?
Correct. Egil is trying to eradicate all innocent life on Bionis. He has to be stopped.
Didn't you ever try to stop him?
We tried once. A lot of people were killed. He's blinded by revenge. Even Lady Mayneth herself couldn't convince him to stop.
Where is Egil now?
Most likely the Mechonis capital. He's trying to restore its former glory all by himself.
I feel sorry for him.
Oi! What are you talking about? Did you forget what he did to us?
I haven't forgotten or forgiven. But Egil's clearly suffered a lot in his life. You don't feel any sympathy at all?
All I know is, this stinks. Who cares what he's been through?
Ryan!
I understand about Egil. But why us? You should be aware that Shulk's sword, the Monado, has the power to destroy Mechonis weaponry. It's said that it was once the sword of the Bionis. Doesn't the very sight of it make you quiver?
Zanza.
Huh?
Oh, just talking to myself. If you're gonna kill Egil, you'll need all of that sword's power. That's how strong Egil is. But enough talk. You must be tired. Take your time and think it over. Until the young lady's treatment is finished, feel free to spend time in our village.
She has done well to survive such injury.
What do you mean? Is she sick?
Since you seem to have knowledge of Hom's medicine, I'll explain it like this. I'm afraid she's had several of her organs removed. Am I correct in assuming she was configured to operate inside a Mechon?
That's right.
She has been transformed into a Mekon's central nerve unit. Her blood can now circulate through a Mekon's components.
How?
I believe her immune system is now configured for compatibility with the Mechon. That's why her strength has depleted.
But you can treat her, can't you? Please.
Of course. Even as a Machina doctor, I cannot turn a blind eye to this butchery. With our equipment, she will regain her strength, but she will be stuck with this body. I cannot restore her flesh and blood Hom's body.
That's okay. I don't want to be a burden to Shulk. I don't care if I have a machine body. Just make it so I can fight beside him.
Fiora, leave it to me. If that is your wish, I'll do my best. I must implant a new circulation system for her immune functions. But we have one problem.
A problem?
I don't have a piezoelectric unit, which is required to control such a system. As long as she remains on this bed, the life support machine can compensate. But to move around freely, she must have the piezoelectric unit. The same unit is used in Mechon, so if you were to find some Mechon parts...
But where?
Well, outside of the village at the base of Digit 5, there's a beach. Debris from above washes the shore there. You might be able to find one among the Mechon wreckage.
We'll take a look. The beach at the base of Digit 5, right?
Yes. It gives off a faint red glow, so it might be easier to find at night.
That is as tutorial as you're ever going to get. Now, a few interesting tidbits right now. That cutscene in which we originally met Mikol, Egil's father, in a demo version, or at least a beta, the original cutscene was meant to go that it would be dark and they let you trip over the guy. So much so that there's actually not only Japanese audio, but actual English audio to go with it.
Yeah, it makes me laugh because like Ryan's like, who puts a cable laying around like that?
Sorry, I just love seeing people's faces. Sure. We'll play it here just so you guys can have a listen.
It's pretty dark in here. Ow! Man, that hurts. What idiot would just leave a cable lying around like that?
Sorry about that, my Bionis guests. I forgot. You can't see in the dark.
You turned off the lights to get me. That ain't funny.
And with that, I would also like to talk about the voice acting in this game, as if I haven't talked about that enough times. For those who don't know, McCall is actually voiced by Richard Riding, who is a very prominent British voice actor in video games and pretty much media in general. He's voiced many things for video games like Dungeon Keeper, etc., and other things like for I think it's Peppa Pig as well. like really British stuff. And that's actually a point I want to say about pretty much the entire cast. Fiora's voice actor, she's been through a lot of soap operas in Britain, so much so that she pretty much has a lot of Mechon, buddy, you can't swim. Get over it. It's a lost cause. Give up. Shulk is chasing at the red dot like a laser pointer with a cat. Anyway, same thing for Melia's voice actor, as well as Adam Holden for Shulk. Rufus Jones, who voices Dunban, he is a very prominent British soap opera actor as well. Even Mumcar's voice actor, Tim Watson, he is a very popular actor in Britain. So, for those who don't know, Nintendo of the UK, they did not go cheap for the voice acting. They got very prominent and very popular British voice actors. I mean, hell, if you're gonna go British, might as well go the whole 9 yards. Am I right?
Yeah.
Another interesting point about Lenarda. And Dunban learned another art, and that's something we are very excited to see, because I think I know which one it is. It makes me happy. But anyway though, let's talk more about Lenarda. Originally, Tetsuya Takahashi, the video game director, originally wanted Lenarda to be another playable character.
Was that her or someone else?
No. It was Lenarda. Because of the concept of Homs, Hyentia, and Nopon all coming together, so why not Machina? But it later got changed because of Fiora's edition and thought it would be redundant. You can even tell bits of that were actually planned, because if you look at Lenarda's back, she actually has dual swords in which she would use. And you know the fun part is, this concept was actually brought back for X.
Yeah.
Because who uses dual swords in X?
Elma.
Yeah, so Lenarda's a failed attempt at getting into the game actually was brought over to X. A mechanical lady holding dual swords. And you know what the best part about all this is? One of the key things why he originally wanted Lenarda in was because he likes doctors. Not joking, you can find this entire interview in the Monado archives. It is so funny and so outlandish, but hey, at least he's honest about it. It's kind of like how the director of Nier, just in various DLCs for Nier Automata, just says, I put maid costumes in as DLC because I like maids. It's Japan, at least they're blatantly honest about it. But now that's done, you don't really need the shining light that Lenarda was talking about. It's just a generic quest exclusive item. I think it's about time we talked about the enemies. Despite them being called prototypes, these are actually some of the most powerful Mechon found faced to this point in the game. However, they still maintain their other archetypes: defensive, all-rounders, scouts, and various, and so on and so forth. However, just like Storm Valley, you get a lot of bump if you attack them all in pairs. And of course there is unique monsters, but it's up to Alice if she wants to face it right now or not. Okay, fair enough. We'll deal with that. We'll do that in due time. But yeah, apart from a new arts and a few bells and whistles, they pretty much act the same. Now let's come to the new arts. Who has learned what? Dunban has learned Demon Slayer. Yes. Oh, it makes me so happy to learn Demon Slayer. If you thought Dunban could break things with thunder, with timing and good execution, you can actually break a lot of things with Demon Slayer. To put it brief, if an enemy is about to go down and die, if you use Demon Slayer on it, it topples every other enemy around him, regardless of resistances. So that's all good in a nutshell as well. And the art just kept getting better and better. Ricky just learned Say Sorry. So if you attack Ricky to inflict bleed, blaze, chill, poison, and anything you can think of, if you use Say Sorry, the damage is multiplied depending on how many buffs they have, or debuffs they have. This can be oh so powerful. If you time it right, you Say Sorry can actually be one of the most powerful attacks in the game.
Especially if you stack the whole art palette with debuffing arts.
Which
like
just
this.
means it's gonna be a lot of fun to do so. So Ricky is essentially a powerhouse now, and finally we get Melia, her last summoning element. So a summon ice. It's an AoE attack which causes chill, but it also increases the ether defense of all of your allies. And one last thing that I haven't really gone over with Melia, and I feel bad for doing so. Melia is a good character, except she isn't really the best in building up the party gauge because she doesn't have a lot of critical hit moves. God, these new arts are gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
I love it. And oh, Shulk. We love speed, but that's not the last thing we're ever gonna see. But now, I think let's get back to the Machina Village and help out Fiora. Hopefully whenever Fiora gets better, the rain will stop. I think we've had enough for one day.
How'd it go? Did you find the unit?
Well, the quest's complete, so I'm gonna guess so.
I think we found it. Is this the piezoelectric unit?
Yes, that's it. Well done.
Leonarda, will Fiora be okay now?
She'll be fine. It will just take me a little time to reconfigure and install the unit. Leave it to me. You get some rest.
But...
Shulk, do you want her to see you looking exhausted when she wakes up?
You're right. I'll try and get some rest. Thank you for everything you're doing.
By the way...
Yes?
The chief says he wants to speak with you. I think it's about Egil.
I'll go and see him. He wants Egil stopped. And so do we. But I need to sleep on it.
Good. You mustn't overburden yourself. We will help you in any way we can.
Thank you.
And you can speak to them if you want one more time. And hopefully things will be different.
Yeah?
Take a look, she's looking a lot better now. You can thank Lenara's first aid treatment for that.
Good night, Fiora. I'll see you later. I repeat myself.
How are you?
She's gonna make it. You should rest up for today. A room has been prepared for you in the village.
How are you?
Shala seems to have some medical knowledge. It's thanks to her advice that we were able to act quickly.
And just like that, the weather changes, and everything will look a little bit better, a little bit brighter. But I think, as Shulk says, we'll sleep on it. In the middle of the day. Well, let's not talk about that. Aha, there we go. We're tired now. But I think, with that said though, guys, we are gonna end things here. I apologize if the commentary's been a bit rough so far, but we thank you very much for watching. See, Shulk's ready to sleep right now. But as always, guys, we thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like it. If you dislike it, well then, you must not like nurses and Lenara hates you. And so does Tetsuya Takahashi. For shame. Shulk is allergic to that. But as always, guys, if you want to subscribe to see more, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time when Shulk finally remembers to get some sleep. See you next time, guys.
High Entia have kept yourselves safe, remaining spectators to our destruction. Why call upon us now?
As stated in my invitation,
I have a leg twitch. It's either that or I really need to go to the bathroom. I'm old, alright?
I'm impatient.
Look at you. One little scratch and
It
already
seems so weird. Twitch, 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 twitch. I'm very energized. I keep moving. See, look now, it's bursting out. It's gone from a leg twitch to a fallout spasm. This is
Even Dixon's like, what the hell?
I don't side with this guy. His face does not suit that voice. He looks too timid. I probably want to do like an essay about that. Because I've got many reasons why the old design worked a lot better.
Yeah.
It just looks like a cosplayer. I'm Callian, I am.
Then you will not join us?
Look at his face. Like, you won't join us. Oh dear. Oh no.
It's just like uncanny valleys. It's like made out of clay kind of thing.
Yeah. He just doesn't scream like I'm powerful royal type. Here he just looks like
Are you leaving?
I have confidence issues.
Is that your response? Don't go jumping.
He just looks like he's gonna cry every sentence. You won't join us.
Okay. Where I need to be.
Might I ask where?
A battle's
May I ask where? Please, because if I don't know, I'm screwed.
I better go and what?
I have something I want you to tell him.
And also the fact that his teeth aren't very big either.
No.
So when he speaks, it looks like it's all mouth.
His face is too thin, and it doesn't have that broad chin.